think I've already lost you. I think you're already gone. I think I'm finally scared now. You think I'm weak. I think you're wrong. I think you're already leaving. Feels like your hand is on the door. I thought this place was an empire. Now I'm relaxed. I can't be sure. And I think you're so mean. I think we should try. I think I can need this in my life. And I think I'm scared. I think too much. I know it's wrong. It's a problem I'm feeling if you're gone.
What's going on, Four String? Sorry for the depressing opener, but as Wisconsin fans, it's been rough past couple days. But as you can see, for those of you who are watching the YouTube, got a couple guests joined with us today. We got two of my cousins, Joe and Tom. How's it going, fellas?
Yeah, okay. Just keep going. We're good.
What?
It sucks. We're good. Let's go.
Oh, all right, yeah, it does.
We're all good over here.
Yeah, it's fine. Just
for the people who live under a rock and don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that Aaron Rodgers decided that he no longer wants to be a Packer. You guys have any thoughts on it? What I don't even know. It's weird.
So they say, right? I mean, like, we haven't actually heard from them.
Yeah, so there's nothing
rumors,
confirmed, but a lot of rumors out there.
It feels pretty real.
So. It does. Feels pretty scary.
Yeah, it's not a great feeling. It's not a great feeling over
not
here.
at all.
So, I mean, I guess my take on it is, like, you hear all these things from even guys like Schefter, which usually when Schefter reports it, it's pretty concrete. So that's what kind of scares me. But
I tend to believe it.
Right. But at the same point, it's like they never reveal their sources. Like, Joe, you can attest to this, and Tom, you can attest to this. Anytime you write a paper and you use a quote, you still have to cite your source. Like, you can't just put a quote in the paper and be like, oh, yeah, well, here's a quote, but okay, who's the quote from? Like, you can't.
Who the hell is that?
Yeah. Right. I mean, it has to be someone credible.
In his defense, citing sources is not a fun thing to do. So
no, it sucks.
I feel his pain on that one.
No, it's not. That's funny. It's not. It's not.
It's absolutely terrible.
And also, most of them are bullshit sources.
Right.
That you just find, and you're like, well, fuck
Wikipedia
it. This kind of applies.
Right.
I'm gonna fucking put this on here.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And that's what I'm hoping is going on with this whole Aaron Rodgers thing, because it's like, Schefter said, oh, he talked to multiple guys on the team. All right, well, which guys? Which guys said this? Which teammates did he tell this?
Yeah,
you want to know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Then you hear all this stuff about, it's a done deal. He's going to Denver. It's like,
yeah,
what?
Rocky Mountain High, baby.
Stop it.
I fucking hate it.
So we obviously are missing Stud this week. Sorry to those who actually care about him and miss him. That sounds bad. Like I'm not one of them. I did
continue on.
No, I know he would have a very similar feeling where it's like, show me the facts on this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the weirdest part is they didn't do anything to even try and get him to stay. I mean, last night they had the first round and they decided we're going to take a corner with our first round pick.
Yep. Who was sitting there? Who was sitting there?
Elijah Moore from Ole Miss.
Elijah Moore. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And that makes it 9 out of 10 of the Packers' first round picks that were defense, with the 10th being Jordan Love.
Being decent.
Yeah, right. Right. So what's like the position players or whatever since 2002 in the first round? The only one they took was Javon Walker. Yep.
And even
that's crazy.
He was good, but he wasn't great. But obviously that was different quarterback anyway, so you can't even bring him into the picture.
But that attests to how long it's been since they've done something to help out the offense. Like, big time receiver, whatever, run, whatever, dude.
At least one. You got to get one down the stretch.
You got to get one, man. You got to get one.
Right. Well, and, I mean,
I'm surprised. Yeah. Surprised Green Bay hasn't made a move in free agency over the years. I'm surprised the big name receiver has not landed in Green Bay yet. That's pretty shocking to me.
I would agree.
I mean, no, but but we were talking about this off air. Like it's their MO. They don't do that. They don't make big splashes in free agency. They just don't.
Well, I mean, they should probably start.
Well, you're preaching to the choir. I totally agree. They should start. They should have done it a while ago. But they don't like to overpay for people. It's that Ted Thompson kind of mindset. They just what they do. They don't overpay for people in free agency. They don't. They draft and develop. That's what they do.
Right, and that's always been their MO. I get it.
But they don't pick. They don't go for position play. I don't know.
It's tough to even try to understand what they're doing because it's almost like a relationship that is so one-sided.
Yeah.
And like the Packers are just gonna like see what they can get away with. Like I just don't get it. Like, how far can we push him before he finally jumps over the edge? And like, why is that even your thought process? You have arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. You should be wanting him to stay. You should be wanting him to be happy and try and get rings for him. Like
the reigning MVP. Like, what are you doing?
And he's about to be gone.
What are you doing?
It seems like they're trying to reach a settlement, and on a situation like this, it's pretty bothersome to me as a fan that's what their end goal is to reach a settlement. Like in reality, we should be bringing him back.
Right, like he's expendable. He's like I said, he's expendable, and then he's an asset, and they want to get as much back for him that they can, which is crazy. I mean, like when you're the MVP, he's the MVP. I mean, is anyone playing better right now than Aaron Rodgers? No, nobody is. So why in God's name would you let that guy walk? I don't care how good Jordan Love is. You didn't see anything out of him last year because, COVID. Thank you, but whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I don't understand the whole dynamic. I don't understand the scenario. I don't get it.
The other thing that I want people to understand is this has nothing to do with Jordan Love. Like we're not sitting here bashing Jordan Love. That's not what this is. True. It has nothing to do with his talent, where he came from, even his draft position. It's all about the fact that you have the MVP on your roster. You should be doing anything and everything to keep him. That's it. It doesn't matter who is behind him, any of that stuff. We got Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
And people are trying to make him out to be a bad guy for expediting the whole situation. I mean, there's really no shame. And I mean, I kind of honestly wish that he would have spoke up or been a lot more kind of intrusive with his thoughts on the whole thing. Like, hey, get me some help.
Right.
Or this is going to happen. Kind of gave him a bit of an ultimatum, but he's kind of waiting a while, and he didn't really put his foot down, and now we're in shambles.
I think he put his actions in the field to be his mouth, where like he said, dude, look at this, look what I just did. You guys gonna do this to me? Like, I don't know.
You know what? I actually
he doesn't have to say anything. His actions did all the same for him.
I was talking to a guy at work who called him a diva, which that to me is
huge problem.
Just a ridiculous term. But honestly, I didn't even like go in on him. So now I'm just gonna kind of go in on him through my podcast. But he's calling him that, and my thinking on it is, Tom, you work for Amtrak. Let's say all of a sudden your boss comes in one day and is like, "Hey, in 2 years or so, we're gonna replace you with this young kid coming out of college.
Right.
So you should probably start looking for a new job now." Just as a heads up. What? You're going to be fucking pissed. Then you take the next year and you I don't even know how you could prove it numbers wise in your position.
Sure,
but
whatever.
Like,
I
you
get
do
what you're
something
saying.
that it's like you're top in the entire country at Amtrak, and then they decide, well, we're still looking to the future. We want
we still like this guy.
Right. You would be absolutely pissed. So for the people who say, oh, he's a prima donna and all that stuff, shut up. Because actually, if any type of real life situation like this happened to you, you would be just as pissed. He's just on a national level. So get real.
If he was a prima donna, he would have demanded a trade the day they signed the day they signed Love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the day they drafted Love. That's prima donna. Like, oh, hey, I don't want competition. Like, I'm the man. Like, I don't need, you know, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that would have been. But
right.
That's what that would have been. But he didn't. He went out there and he proved himself, and like he does, like he fucking has to. He doesn't. But
apparently,
37 or not, it doesn't matter.
But he did, and he exceeded everyone's expectations. You heard it last year. All those people talking about, oh, his arm doesn't have it anymore. He's lost his step, whatever. Like, fuck all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's out. That was nonsense then, and he proved it to be nonsense. So, I guess my point is saying, like, he has nothing to prove, but he still yet proved something this year with how good he still is.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't even have to do that. But maybe he felt like he needed to with them trading up to get Love. I don't know, which I don't know why they did it, but that's a whole other fucking topic.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. All I can really say is happy 50th anniversary to Amtrak. And stay classy.
Hey, I got.
And thanks for stopping by.
I got my.
More importantly, stay classy.
Stay classy.
Thanks for stopping by.
No, we'll blame. Hey, I got a mug coming that says "Happy 50th Anniversary, baby." We are super pumped at Amtrak. We're running trains. I'm gonna little plug here. We're running trains come May 23rd. Hiawassee is going full blast, 7 days a week, seven round trips, long hauls. Get on it. Get to where you're going and do it through Amtrak. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, you're getting traded in 2 years, so
yeah. Well, I'm still gonna go out there and give it my all. I'm gonna give it my all.
Sorry, you're
even
gone.
No one appreciates me.
Tom is being traded to the airlines.
Yeah. Frontier's
AAA, if you ask me. AAA ball.
Is Frontier even in business anymore? I don't even know.
Probably.
I don't know. I believe so, but still AAA.
Okay, so
well, they're getting somebody really good.
I'm gonna need to hear the sources on that one.
Oh, geez.
But yeah,
here we go again with the sources.
I'm gonna cite him for it and send him right over to you.
Nice works cited page for him.
Yep. I got it.
Bibliography section.
I've got the bibliography.
He's going to Easy Bib right now.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Easy Bib. Yeah.
Shout out Easy Bib for sure.
Got me through college.
All my papers.
Got me through college.
All of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So back to Aaron Rodgers, though. I don't want to even think like this because it actually makes me want to just lean to the right and throw up. But it is a business. I understand. The Packers do have to field these calls. So I want to hear from each of you what would make it okay. Like, as far as the haul that we get back, what are you as a Packer fan going to be like, all right, I hate that he's gone, but holy shit, did we get a lot back for him?
Man.
What's it going to take?
Well, my gut wants me to say a complete haul of draft picks, but my gut
draft
tells me
stupid. So is that
they're going to draft stupidly? So,
well, take that out of the equation and just say what would it take?
So just
not what the Packers are going to do with it, just what they're going to what would you accept?
That's a good way of looking at it.
Because
Bobby
they're gonna fuck that up.
I'd say Bobby Boucher for one. Playing both sides of the ball.
That's his first demand is Bobby Boucher.
Yeah.
He's the only player good enough.
First of all, let me just say this: Bobby Boucher. So
if the Packers aren't going to
go on with the chloroform,
they're not going to go for the Super Bowl. They're not going to make it to the Super Bowl. They might as well go ahead and win the Bourbon Bowl.
Remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl, do you?
I think Bobby Boucher is our best look at that. Their best shot at that. So.
Is this a serious question? What is going on?
It was supposed to be. Kind of just went sideways.
I was kidding with the Bobby Boucher thing. I went on with it, but then he just kept going. I thought we were past Bobby Boucher.
You guys don't want to win Bourbon Bowls. That's all right. But no, on a serious note, I don't really.
The 12-time Bourbon Bowl champion.
At this point, that's about all the Packers are going to win. So
yeah, that's called last in the North, the Bourbon Bowl.
I mean, I think that if Rodgers, God forbid, if he is to leave, I think that, if they are going to move forward with Jordan Love and they're not going to think twice about the quarterback situation, which I don't think they will, I think you really just need to cultivate a new offense because I don't know, you might see a change in the locker room, and you're going to honestly, regardless of the weapons that we do have right now, they're going to have to build something from the ground up. They're going to have to build a new culture. And I personally am very much okay with the way the defense looks. And the draft picks thus far, I think, are only going to help. Replacement at center, that's big. It was tough to see Lindsley go, but I think you just got to, start bringing in the weapons. And
so we're missing the question here, though. Like, don't mean to call you out. I believe the question was, what would you be okay with them trading him for?
Yeah, so far all I got from that is Bobby Boucher.
Okay. and Bourbon Bowls.
So yeah, what do you guys want in the trade package?
So obviously this isn't apples to apples here, but like what was that? What was that trade? Khalil Mack's in his prime, right? But what the Bears gave up like four first rounders for him, right?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, like clearly the Pack ain't gonna get that, because he's 37.
37, yeah.
Yes, but I don't know if I would say that. Because Stafford just got 2 firsts,
dude.
And a second and a third.
That's okay. There you go.
Granted, Stafford's younger, but
that would have been the better one to go on. But yeah, but Stafford's no
slouch.
pony.
Right.
But he's no young kid though.
Right.
He's been in the league for a long time. So
he's still got what, 5 years on Rodgers?
Yeah, probably.
I think he's 32,
something like that. Yeah. So that was my point where it was like, they got a lot for him.
Right.
And he is a fraction the quarterback Aaron Rodgers is.
Right.
Like
he's still pretty solid, but he's not MVP.
He's really good, obviously. And you can argue that being on the Lions has been a detriment to him, So, sure. He's definitely in a better situation now. But
yeah,
that goes to my point where you're not what is it? What does the Niners offer? What was it? A third? Man, I missed that. What the Niners offer for him?
Are you talking about the one that Goody and everybody else shot down?
Yes.
That it wasn't real?
The Niner offer. Yeah.
So from what I saw, that they were giving Bosa, Jimmy G, 2 firsts, and a third is what that's the hypothetical or whatever offer that was or was not made. That's what I saw. I didn't really like it. So I could see why the Packers would turn that down. Granted, one of those picks was the number 3.
It's not, but if
I'm trying to find D for sure on that trade.
You want to play devil's advocate on that? That's not horrible.
No,
I don't think they should take it because I don't think they should trade in the first place. But you can Joe will look it up. But 2 firsts, Bosa's a great player. Jimmy G's got a lot of upside.
And the number 3 pick.
And the number 3 pick. I don't hate that.
As of yesterday was Trey Lance.
Right, was Trey Lance.
Would we have taken him? I don't know, but
they went quarterback, obviously, right? So I don't know. I don't think I don't think that would have been awful, and that would have played well to both sides. Where Rodgers would love to go back to San Fran or go back to Cali. So
yeah,
I mean, like it would have made sense in that aspect. But I mean, that's the King's ransom you're going to need is what my point. I don't know if he's going to get the 4 first rounders like Khalil Mack did, but like it's got to be something extravagant like that. It's got to be something
right.
Like it's got to be fucking a lot. He just won the MVP. Yeah, he's 37. You know, throw that out the window, man. Brady's 43 and he just won a Super Bowl. I don't give a shit about 37. I don't care about 37. I don't care. 37 means shit to me. I'm 36.
You don't look a day over 30.
I live my glory days all the time. So that's what I do. And that's what Brady's doing. Rodgers is in his glory days, right? He's in his prime right now. You can argue that he is in his prime right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's back end.
Played his best football last year.
Last year may have been his peak. Yeah.
Back end of his prime, maybe, but he is still right at that peak.
Right.
You know, where he is still playing at a high level.
I think you could also make the case that should Aaron Rodgers go to, you know, some of these teams that we're hearing, the 49ers, I wouldn't even count the 49ers. Denver, Vegas, some of these other teams that are like being thrown out there, he's not going to have it as good as he's got it now. Like, even though the Packers have done this terrible, he's still not going to go to a better team. He's going to make that team a lot better.
Denver's a downgrade for sure.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Now, granted, I do think that if he goes to Denver, they're playoff contenders and possibly even fighting the Chiefs for the AFC Championship.
Yes,
he's that good.
But that's not Brady going to Tampa where they're already
stacked. Right.
They're ready to go. They just need a signal caller and they're right there. Like that's not Denver. That's not Denver.
No. They do have an outstanding defense. Plus they have Vic Fangio, which you know, I think that's part of the reason that Rodgers is even in those discussions because Fangio's probably making that push. But
definitely,
I mean, they got Lindsey and Gordon and stuff. So, I mean, they've got some weapons. I mean, running back wise, but like it's
and they just drafted Sutton last year.
Sutton's a baller. Sutton's a baller. So I mean, they got pieces, and like you can kind of see the Tampa Bay thing there a little bit.
Sure,
I don't know.
Well, and they have a ton of cap space.
They do,
you know, so I mean, for one, they could pay Aaron.
That's huge.
For two, they could go get some free agents if they want.
Well, and they can do the Antonio Brown. They can do that, you know, not him per se, but I'm saying like that's what as what Tampa did.
Right.
Like you can pick up those people.
They'll adhere to his requests for sure.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but now that
because they're not the Packers, and they're gonna go and say, hey, what do you need, Aaron? Let's get it.
Right.
And that's not what Green Bay wants to do.
But they also just, now that I'm thinking about Denver's roster a little bit, they just signed Kyle Fuller from Chicago, and they drafted Surtain or whoever in that 9th pick last night. So their defense is going to be outstanding, you know. And Aaron Rodgers, showed he can make a mediocre offense look outstanding. So you really don't even need a ton of pieces.
That's the Packer MO, baby.
Right. And that's what he's been doing.
I don't need
wide
receivers. I don't need wide receivers. Favre didn't need them either. Nope, we don't need them. My arm does the talking.
So I have a little clip that kind of made me think of really just this whole scenario and like, you know, the way I look at it about how Packer fans got so upset, you know, at Aaron, which to me is like mind blowing. Like, how are you mad at Aaron? If you actually pay attention to anything the Packers do, you would understand where he's coming from and why he's so upset.
Totally would.
I would say that Stu is Aaron Rodgers here.
Oh, good. Because whatever this is ain't working for me.
That right there is
Bradley Cooper's Matt LaFleur in this situation.
Yes, he is.
I mean,
going. Wait, what?
This isn't working.
What?
What do you mean?
I mean, and you know what? The other thing too is Devontae Adams. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, he's not going to leave Devontae in the dust. Newsflash again, Packer fans. Devontae is on his last year of his contract because the dumbass Packers haven't extended him either.
Sure.
You don't think that in a year from now, Devontae will go to Denver? If that's where Rodgers lands?
Somewhere that's not Green Bay, that's for sure.
Why would he stay?
And you don't think that doesn't play into this aspect where
absolutely
where they don't re-sign him? They're not willing to sign him long term either. Like he's the number one guy. Like he's arguably the best wide receiver in the league right now. Like
I think he solidified that. Yeah.
Yeah,
he solidified that. So I mean, like, but so it all plays together. It's all intertwined. You know, like it's, you know, like that's a part of it. They re-signed him. They don't go Love last year in the first round of trade up to get him. They get another big time wide receiver or a tight end or like who I don't remember who was there, but like they get a weapon. Like now you're talking a different scenario. That's what Rodgers wants. He wants that like, yeah, let's get it. Like, you know, that's what he wanted. He wanted that security. Well, and they went totally left field on that. It just did not do it at all.
The other thing that's irritating is you're starting to see other franchises who think they have their guy at quarterback and they're already building around him. I mean, the Bears trade up 9 spots to go get Justin Fields, who they think is their guy, immediately after they sign a left tackle to protect him.
Right.
You got to believe that now they're going to be building that offense. It's like the Bears figured it out before you did. Come on, man. Like, sheesh.
Well, it's the Bears. You guys might be high on Justin Fields. I don't know. I'm not sold him yet either, but that's a whole nother story for a whole other day. But I just assume the Bears are going to screw it up. So
the fact of the matter is he's their best quarterback they've had. Period.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Yeah. That's true.
So I mean, they're already rising. You know,
already is.
You could even make the case for the Jets. They get their guy Zach Wilson at 2. Immediately draft a left tackle, and then took the guy that the Packers should have taken in Elijah Moore at 34 and get a steal.
Right.
Like, I mean, you just see these other franchises. It's like, okay, we got our quarterback. Let's build around him.
Can we talk about this too? Like how I find it very amusing, not amusing, but like peculiar that the Packers put their first round pick. So like, you know, this whole Rodgers thing is going on. Like it's before the draft. Like everyone knows this is happening. Like they obviously know it's hit the media by now. It's all over NFL Live. Like it's everywhere. Right. Mm-hmm. And what do they do? And what do they do in their first pick? They put that pick in the moment, like the fucking moment the Jets, it was the Jets, right? The Jets picked right before.
I don't know.
I'd have to fact check that one. So they're on the clock and they literally put that in about 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fucking cornerback. So like if that wasn't a big FU to Rodgers, I don't know what was.
It was the Saints.
It was Saints. Okay.
And the Saints needed a receiver too. So you're thinking, oh my God, please let Elijah Moore get past the Saints and then he's ours.
And he
immediately they put it in. It's like, oh yes, they're finally gonna do it. Yes.
Yeah. Huh? Dude, but that was one of they said it on ESPN. That was one of the fastest submits of a pick in history. like that. If that, what is that? Is that either going, hey, that's our guy, and they're so confident, or is that a big FU to Rodgers? Well, I mean, what is that? Like
that leads me to believe
you can't overlook the fact that they did that. Is my point. Like that says something to me. I don't know if it does to you guys, but that says something to me. Like. I don't know what it says, but like I feel like that's pointed at Rodgers going, this is our guy.
Like they didn't even think about it.
Like, don't even think about it. That it wasn't even, you know, like, I don't care what you want. You want to score receiver? Well, we like Aaron
Stokes.
This guy. We like Stokes. Well, so you know what?
Due to the news that was released before, like I have to assume that the Packers were in talks with Aaron Rodgers. Like, hey, you know, maybe we can work together on this and try to make a pick that, you know, you might like more than another one. But that leads me to believe the fact that they took a D-back with their first round pick is that they already know what's going to happen with Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think that
I think we're all in denial there.
We're in a little bit of a state of denial for sure. And I think that they know the inevitable already.
Okay, let's roll with that then. If that's the case, why would you not want to either A, get a quarterback? Because are you so sure that Jordan Love is the guy? Because he hasn't played he has not played, there,
wasn't he?
No, but he got taken 15
wasn't?
to the Patriots.
Oh, he did. Oh, that's right. Patriots 15.
So are you thinking quarterback? Because Love hasn't played a single down of NFL football. Number two,
they seem to love him.
Would you maybe think a playmaker just for Love's sake? Because it's like,
but they love him. But they love him.
Like, I guess I don't understand how. I mean, we do need a corner, so I do love that pick.
Sure.
And had that news not broken, I'm
there.
No pun intended here, but I'm stoked about that pick.
Well, I love that you're stoked.
His name is Eric Stokes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next.
Okay.
Next.
Jeez.
Okay.
You guys both look at me like I'm the idiot right there. But anyway.
It doesn't matter. This goes back to last year's draft. Their hands are tied. It doesn't matter. They traded up to get Love. So that's the bed that they're laying in right now. Like, so that's their guy. That's who they're going with. Clearly they feel that way because they're continuing to do everything that Aaron Rodgers, the opposite of everything that Rodgers wants them to do. Playmakers, like they immediately go defense in the first round. Like
so then wouldn't you want to at least get some O-line help to protect this new future? I mean, I guess I just don't. I don't understand.
Well, they just signed Bakhtiari, right? I mean, their O-line's pretty shore up, is it not?
Yeah, but Bakhtiari just tore his ACL last year. There's no guarantee he'll even be back for week 1.
Sure.
And that's a serious injury. So how good is he going to be? I mean, there's things to think about.
Are they doing the Ted Thompson way of the best available at the time? Because he was not the best available.
That's the thing. I like Stokes and I like that pick. But if we're talking best available, that wasn't the case because technically he's ranked like the 11th best corner in the draft. I mean, you can take that or leave that to the, what the experts rank him.
Right.
But he's ranked at 11 and the 5th was still there. So he's not quote unquote best available.
Right.
So
right.
They obviously loved him. They said he's a high character guy. His speed is obviously
huge,
insane, which I love it. I mean, from what I've seen of the guy, it'll be great. But I just don't. It's again every year. I don't understand the pick based on the situation you're in.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm just hoping he's an asset sooner rather than later. That's all you can hope for.
Right.
Well, and most likely he will be.
Yeah.
But it's not what it's, if you're talking the Rodgers, let's say the Rodgers draft here, that's not the route we were thinking if we were going to go down. Like more was right there. Like they could have made a huge statement by taking him saying, hey, we see all this bullshit. And Gutekunst came out and said, hey, we're not trading him. He's our guy, foreseeable future, all that bullshit. They could have made that statement and came out and taken him and said, hey, we're going to get a weapon for you. Like, we want you back.
Right.
And they clearly didn't do that. Not to mention, I haven't heard much about it besides the fact that I said it, but that they submitted that shit so quickly. I don't think you can overlook that. Like, that is, to me, that's a big fuck you. That's a big fuck you. Like, hey, what is it? What is it? What are they playing hardball? Are they calling us bluff? Like, what are they doing there? Like, why did they submit that so quickly? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
maybe
that's the guy they were watching. That's who they wanted. Okay, whatever, fine. But
meanwhile, every other team in the league is taking 9.5 minutes of their 10.
Yeah.
To take the pick that everybody knows. Even the Jaguars took 9 minutes and 45 seconds to take Trevor Lawrence.
Well, I was telling Joe on off air earlier, like, dude, they took the whole fucking time, and that was a done deal months, like what, a year ago. That was a done deal.
Yeah.
Like Trevor Lawrence was number one, and I was sitting there watching the draft with my dad. I'm like, well, like what are they doing? Like this has got to be like a commercial thing. Like well, give us some time. We'll run some commercials in here, or whatever.
Right.
Like the pick's been submitted. Like whatever. Mm-hmm. But like they literally took the whole fucking time, and the Packers took 3 seconds.
Right.
3 seconds.
Yeah. That quickness is definitely
like what is that? That
I would have thought it would have been the other way around.
To me, that is exactly. To me, that is a statement. That's a statement. That's a big. Hey, I'm calling your bluff, Rodgers. Like fuck you. Like that. To me, that's what that is. I mean, and I could be totally in left field. I could be totally off. But I mean, like from a just a innocent bystander here, like someone just watching it, Packer fan. That's how it comes across to me.
Well, it's surely either that or it's behind closed doors. They know Rodgers' face.
He's not coming back. Yeah.
And you know what? They're coming out to the public saying, "Hey, don't worry, Rodgers is with us. Don't worry, he's fine. But come later on in May, June likely. Yeah, didn't work out. See you later, Aaron.
But hey, well, the foreseeable future, right? The foreseeable future." Whatever the fuck that means.
I'm so sick of these guys acting like politicians. You know, it's like either commit to the guy or say, hey, you know, he doesn't want to be here or whatever. Don't say foreseeable future because it's like, well, that doesn't mean shit.
God, give me the answer.
You know, it's the same thing. Don't piss at me and tell me it's raining, dude. Like we know what's going on here. Like we all see it. So don't tell me foreseeable future. That could be an hour from now.
Right.
Like until you get the deal you want. Like it's foreseeable future means nothing to me.
Right.
Like
agreed.
It's bullshit.
When I saw his press conference,
absolute bullshit.
I was very thrown off.
What the fuck is foreseeable future? Like what does that even mean? It means nothing. Right. It means until somebody offers me the right thing, I will hold on to them.
No,
it's leverage.
The other side of that,
it's bullshit.
The optimistic part of me is thinking, okay, maybe this is all media bullshit. Maybe they talked to Aaron prior.
Yeah, me too. I thought that as well.
And he said, you know what? I didn't say any of this stuff. You know, like you guys know I'm unhappy. We're working
It's
fluid.
Shailene Woodley.
Yeah.
It's Shailene Woodley.
She's got to be Shailene Woodley.
Now, I hope that, I mean, because I've always thought Aaron Rodgers
Told her to shut her mouth.
Aaron Rodgers is the smartest guy in the building. In most buildings he walks into.
All the time, dude.
I would like to think he's not basing his decision off of his new fiance. I'd like to think that.
I think that's I don't think
my God, I hope so. I mean, boys, if I can share some knowledge on you. Like I am also married to a lovely woman, but also Charlene.
The hell is Charlene?
Lindsay. Sorry, I misspoke. But women do have a very influential part on your life, obviously. But
sure.
I heard that thing of like, I don't even know what it was. Like, oh, she doesn't want to live in Green Bay. Like, oh, this whatever the fucking nonsense is. Like, dude, he's Aaron fucking Rodgers. He's been in Green Bay for 16 years.
Right.
Like you don't just walk in and go, yeah, I want to live in California.
It's not true. And Olivia Munn spent substantial amount of time in Green Bay. That's not it.
Thank you.
So did Danica.
Yeah, Danica did too.
Yeah.
Danica did too. So like clearly that's not it. Like that's all the bullshit you get. We should probably just wash over.
It's ridiculous.
But I find it funny. I find it funny that comes up. You know.
Well, but that's the media garbage I'm talking about, where it's like. Right. You know, did they talk to Aaron? Maybe
he's now demanding a trade because she says he can't live there no more.
Yeah, that's
Us Weekly. Yeah.
Right.
Per TMZ.
Right. That's funny.
No, I mean, I don't know. Like this whole thing has been pretty bizarre. It sucks because we were talking about it before. It really takes away from what the draft should have been for us. You know, I mean, we're coming off the NFC Championship again. We should be looking at, all right, we need this piece. Or
right there. We should be right there, man.
Instead, we're almost in rebuild because for the people who say, oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a diva, whatever. He's a prima donna. Goodbye, whatever. Okay, well, those same people are going to be bitching and moaning when we're third in the NFC North next year. If he's gone,
try the next 10 years if Love isn't good. Like try the next 10. Like people are going to think that we're not going to be good next year. Well, if Love sucks, we have 5-6 years of being mediocre.
bad.
And we have not, Packer fans, even before all of us, have not seen this since what, 89?
Right.
91 is when they signed Favre.
Goody put himself on a hot seat. You know, I mean, he did that by making that pick last year because
he did.
If Love doesn't pan out, he's gone. Because Green Bay fans are going to want his head, you know. And I said it with the Favre thing, and we've talked about this, but it's not apples to apples, obviously. But it was the same thing. If Rodgers hadn't worked out, like McCarthy and Thompson worked, they were there with Rodgers. It was it. Whatever happened to Rodgers happened to them, and it's the same thing here. Right. Love, LaFleur, and Gutekunst, they're intertwined. They are one piece. So if he is garbage, they now traded an MVP, a top 5, top 3 quarterback all time. Like it's you won't survive that. Love better be the third coming, which we've all talked about. He probably won't be. Well, and that's just so much pressure on him out of the gate. The guy hasn't taken a snap even in preseason. Yeah. And now he's about to be the starter.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like that's even worse.
Boy, I hope we're totally wrong in this and it just goes the other way. And this podcast this episode is just
I hope it is.
Look at these
podcasts is
talking about this.
Yeah, right. I hope it's completely off.
I hope we get like just fucking murdered for this one.
Yeah, I'd be all for it because that means that Aaron is staying.
Yeah. I really hope we get murdered for this.
Honestly, I just don't see it because
I don't either.
How do they? I mean, if it's as bad as everyone's saying, how do they come back from it? I would have thought it would have been taking a first-round receiver, but they didn't do it.
No.
So it's like, how do you come back from it now? You can't. You know, I mean, you can throw money in his face all you want.
Nah.
But Aaron Rodgers has so much money. That's not what this is about.
That's not what this is
If you go and trade Jordan Love, maybe. Then I could see it. Because at that point, it's like, all right, fuck our future. We want you back. You're our future.
But that's the only way I can say and that's a bold statement that the Packers will never do because they're
stubborn jackasses.
Had it been Rodgers falling, like how the same scenario, let's say Love falls to them at 27, you know, whatever the hell, I think it was 25. Anyways, but had it been where he fell to them and then now they turn around and trade him, okay, fine. But they traded up to get him. Like they've already invested assets into getting to that point to pick his ass,
bringing him in.
So like, there's no way they're trading him because they've already made that statement. Gutekunst he will be committing general manager's suicide if he goes, you know what? Hey, I was wrong there. I wasted a bunch of picks to move up to get this guy who I'm now going to trade. Like there's no way he can't do it. I personally don't think he can do it. He can't. And I think I'm not like making some declaration here that nobody else knows, but
right. I mean, I think if he would have been able to kind of save himself, it would have been last night, and you know, getting into the first round by trading Love. You trade Love to New England, you move up to 15, they move back to 29. You know, at that point, Jordan Love is a wash.
That would have been the only thing you could have done is move up, use him and a pick, move up, get a stud wide receiver, bam, boom, we're good.
Right.
Like that,
but they for the next 6 years.
But they clearly didn't do that. They went with Stokes, and I mean he's probably going to be pretty good. He's a Bama boy, so like I get it.
He's from
Georgia.
Sorry, Georgia. SEC. My bad.
Yeah, you were close.
SEC, nonetheless. Yep.
No, I mean, you know what? And like, again,
I'm sorry. There were so many Alabama players that got drafted in the first round. I just assumed he was Bama.
Right.
Yeah, they all went to the Patriots.
And the Eagles. The Eagles got 2, I believe.
Dude, did they end up setting the record for Bama boys in the? I don't think they did. I think it was like 6. I think 6 Bama players went the first round. I think the record.
I feel
was
like they do that
every
year, though. It's just a new record every year.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
But no, I mean, again, this isn't a knock on Stokes either. Like I do like that pick. I like him as a player. I think he's going to be a stud. But again, the situation, I don't love it. But with that being said, I do think Stokes is going to be solidified as our number 2 real quick. Because, I mean, even though they signed Kevin King to a $6 million deal, he's going to immediately shift to number 3. And I mean, Stokes should be a pretty locked down corner. So really that secondary that we have now is going to be pretty awesome, honestly.
Yeah. I think Kevin King will be all right as a 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only hope.
Yeah.
I mean, after.
Well, I heard
he didn't leave us with a great taste in our mouth.
No, he did. He didn't. But that also falls in the Packers too. I don't know if there's any truth to this, but I heard he was suffering from a little bit of injury in the NFC Championship game, and he wasn't full.
Brain?
I don't know, maybe, but I heard he wasn't 100%. So 100%. I mean, don't go out there. Don't go out there and just pretend like you can do what you do. Because who was it? Johnny Miller at halftime beat his ass. Like
Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller. But what was that, dude? Like Kevin King.
Well, that's why I made the joke of his brain, because that was really just a brain fart. I mean, Stud and I have talked about it a couple of times on these episodes, and it's like, how are you not just immediately thinking, I can't let anyone behind me
get behind me,
and like maybe that's part of petting. I don't know, but like, I mean, you should know it's the last play of the half.
He got beat
behind me.
He got beat on 2 of those. I mean, that one was egregious, but I think Evans caught one in the left corner.
Yeah, he just mistimed his jump.
And that I mean, like I say, you can't really fault him for that one, but I don't know. I just felt like he didn't. Yeah, that one was tough. Maybe Mike Evans is obviously a great player, but I'm just saying I don't think maybe if he wasn't all there, then I put that on the coaches. Like what? Then put somebody else in, because if he's not going 100%, then I don't care if he's out there or not. Get his ass out, sit him on the bench, get somebody in there that will go. Because Miller, I mean, it was inexcusable. It was inexcusable.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't make.
Nobody does that.
Big games.
Nope. Nobody does it. When was the last time you saw a fucking catch like that at the end of a half? Like, it doesn't happen.
Honestly, the last one that comes to mind is the playoffs a few years ago when Aaron Rodgers chucked up a Hail Mary to Randall Cobb against the Giants.
Oh, the Giants.
Cobb was sitting 16? In the back of the end zone.
Yeah. Well, that was
look what I found.
It just fell in his lap.
Right.
But I mean, like Miller was wide open. I mean, it was just like, it was like, here, just throw it to me.
Right.
Like, no one's guarding me. Like, that's different. That was a Hail Mary. This was like, hey, I'm going to do a fly route on the left, and no one's going to guard me. So just throw it in the direction. I'll just go get it.
Yeah.
When we know, when we all know we're going for the end zone, like it.
Right. You know, I mean, the other thing that I mean, this could be kind of a hot take, but I'm still not 100% sold on the floor. I love him. I think he's a great player coach, which, you know, Green Bay hasn't seen probably ever.
Well, we're going to find out.
I love him.
We're going to find out, right?
But he's yet to win the big game. You know, and how much of his success of back-to-back 13 and 3s is from Aaron Rodgers? We're going to find out real quick.
I would think quite a bit.
Exactly.
We are going to find out really fast.
I love his offensive scheme. It's outstanding, and it's worked. And it's worked with other teams too. So it's not even, you know, like that's on Aaron Rodgers. His scheme works, but his scheme doesn't like get you far enough when you're playing great defenses and you're playing great teams. That's shown.
Does it work with Trent Dilfer?
What's that?
Does it work with Trent Dilfer? Because like if Jordan Love is Trent Dilfer, does it work with that? Like,
might as well sign Fitzmagic at this point.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying Love is Dilfer, but I'm just saying, like, we don't know what we have. So obviously it's worked magnificently
Right.
magnificent, whatever the word is. It's worked up until this point with Rodgers, but you have the best quarterback in the league to run your fucking offense.
Well, I mean, it's worked with other quarterbacks too that aren't great quarterbacks. I mean, that's when Matt Ryan was Matty Ice. I mean, LaFleur was his coach at that point. So it's like, and he hasn't been nearly the same since. So I love his scheme, and I do think that Love will be fine, but will it be good enough to even make the playoffs? I don't know. I would think not. Because you just took a huge plunge from your quarterback, from Aaron Rodgers being the MVP to now you got a rookie who has never played it down. You're taking a huge dive. As far as
pressure's definitely mounting on Love for sure, and I hope he can handle it at least a little bit.
Well, and I mean, the other thing,
but how much of that success has been like we've seen Matty Ice now, right? So like Matty Ice, you said he was Matty Ice when that was Matty Ice, right? That's how we know his nickname, because he was so good. Like he had those years where he was really good, and he's been pretty fucking mediocre up until now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And maybe that's the floor leaving or whatever it is, but or maybe it's not that good. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of Matty Ice. So like my point is that I don't think how much is the scheme and coaching and stuff like that. Yes, it's a huge part of it. Obviously, I don't mean to say it's not, but like the talent's got to be there as well.
Right.
So
for sure,
like the talent's got to be there. And I'm not sure. I guess my point is I don't think Matty Ice has ever been really that fantastic.
No.
So I don't know much credit you can put like towards LaFleur with Matty Ice. Like
he needed the scheme to thrive.
Yeah, I guess. Mm-hmm. I agree, but I just but he had success with the shitty Matty Ice, but he had success with a really good. Yeah, I guess it's a scheme. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm trying to say, but man,
I don't
I don't know either. I don't think Matty Ice is that good. I don't know. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know.
There's a lot of loopholes with Matty Ice when you compare him to Aaron Rodgers. I think
there's tons. And I'm not trying to do that. That, obviously, but
I know
because he's clearly not Matty Ice, or he's clearly not Rodgers. Clearly not Matty Ice,
right?
Because Matty Ice is so good.
His departure there's gonna be a lot of unanswered questions leading up to week 1 if he does indeed leave. And I think that, like you said earlier, Dan, I think we might be in for a rude awakening, but I have my fingers crossed for the whole thing. We're just going to have to sit back and hope that they make the right decisions down the stretch leading up to week 1. I don't know. I don't even know what to make of the whole thing.
See, you know what? I think I'm kind of starting to, almost follow in the lead of what they're saying about Rodgers, because it's like, I've always told myself, oh, well, they know better. They know stuff that I don't. They see things I don't. All this kind of stuff.
Same way, yep.
They're gonna figure it out. But it's
every fan looks at it that way, right?
Right, but at what point do you stop and like realize they just keep fucking things up? I mean, they're about to make the same stupid mistake they did 16 seasons ago. Now, granted, that one was different, and it actually worked out to be the better move.
Right.
But like you said, Tom, lightning's probably not going to strike again.
No.
In the exact same fashion. It just doesn't happen that way.
We've had it strike twice now. It's not going to strike a third time.
Right.
Like it's just not. It's not.
I mean,
I would put my fucking inheritance on it. Like Jordan Love. I guess that's a strong play. I feel really good about it.
What kind of inheritance you got?
I mean, I got a good pension.
Oh yeah, Amtrak. Here we go again. Well, you better keep that because you're getting traded.
Yeah, that's true.
Triple
in
A.
a year.
Frontier.
Well, Frontier's got the better. They got the upside. All right, go. Just go.
On a more positive note, to kind of close off the Packer talks, because we could sit here and talk about it for hours, but honestly, these episodes aren't that long. So to kind of close it up, like you said, Joe, it's going to be kind of an interesting end of this offseason. There's a lot of unanswered things going on right now, but all we can do is really sit back and watch. But on a more positive note, the Brewers just beat the Dodgers for the second game in a row.
Hell yeah.
We're 5-0 against the Dodgers and Padres thus far.
The Padres, yeah.
I mean, the Brewers have a serious team.
Hey, I was worried about this series coming in dropping 2 to the Marlins. I was worried about that.
With all the injuries we have too.
Yeah. Well, when's the last time Yelich played? Yelich is Kane back
about
now?
A month now. Kane is not back. They're both
Right,
taking
so-
BP, but
Right, but they're winning without their 2 studs per
Right.
se, and
and Wong was hurt there for a little bit too.
Wong was hurt too.
Yeah, Wong bounced back nicely. And it's
Mhm.
nice to see Jackie Bradley Jr. swinging the bat.
I was going to say,
nicely.
can I just say how good Jackie Bradley Jr. is right now?
Yeah,
Jesus
he's been
Christ.
solid. He's been
What a
solid.
signing. What
Yep.
a signing that was.
Yeah, we love that.
Beautiful.
Jesus.
Honestly,
So
all those
good.
Brewer signings.
World Series
Wong,
champion.
Hey, let's hope so, because
Well,
I thought the best.
next World Series champion.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be missing a lot of work if that's true.
I thought it was for sure that the next championship that Wisconsin got,
Oh God.
Would have been the Packers.
I already know where you're going. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the Packers. And honestly, if Rodgers leaves, that's down the tubes.
See,
So it's
see,
gonna
I
be the
was
Bucks.
They're
see, I was
third
going,
slot
I was
now,
going,
yeah.
I was going Bucks. I was going Bucks on that one.
Bucks for sure.
With
yeah.
with what
Yeah, I
the
was going
Nets are
Bucks.
doing, though.
Well, not this year, but yeah, like yes,
right.
obviously.
Oh, you're just saying
like,
in general. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like the last couple of years, I really thought the Bucks had it. I really thought I actually pre-COVID, I thought the Bucks had last year. I thought,
Yeah.
Oh, before
I
the
I
bubble,
thought it
yeah.
was, I thought it was a done deal. It was gonna be Bucks Lakers. It was over. The Bucks were rolling. Like it was.
I think everybody thought that.
Oh man, COVID really smacked them in the face,
Yeah.
Sure did.
COVID
like
really
it did
sucks.
to all of us. Yeah, it did.
Right. Yeah. Well,
That's why we're zooming right now. They're not doing this in person.
exactly. Exactly. No, I mean, honestly, I think the Bucks and Brewers got kind of bright futures ahead as far as this season and continuing forward, but
For sure.
there's a lot of gray area with the green and gold.
Yep, you're not wrong.
Which came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It
right.
was an absolute bombshell. Yeah.
It is a bomb.
Right.
It is a bombshell. Yeah, thanks, Joe. It's totally a bombshell. Like that, I don't even think we've all processed this because it's just been
Yeah.
it was literally dropped on us 2 days ago, and we're
Mhm.
sitting here talking about it like we know anything, and
Right.
we're just hearing Adam Schefter's reports. Like it's. I mean, I would love to hear Rodgers talk about it, but obviously he's not going to. But
Right.
man, it's
I
just,
mean,
it's
he's going to be
been-
at the Derby this weekend, and
Yep.
he'll probably get asked about it. And I would like to see
Oh man, he's going to
his
get asked about.
responses.
He's going to get asked about left and right.
Mhm.
Because this is national media. This is national news. Like this is like the
Right.
hot topic. NFL
Yeah,
that's
Live-
all you see.
I mean,
Trending. Yeah.
oh, it's definitely trending, dude. So like he's going to get asked about it all day long. But don't think he doesn't know that. Like he put this out there a little bit. So I mean,
Yeah.
I just wish
Yeah,
I
he
wish
did.
it wasn't.
Or
I wish
did
it
he?
wasn't this way. I don't
Or
know.
did he?
I mean,
I mean,
I'm assuming he did. I don't know. I'm assuming he did. I'm assuming what is going on here is I mean, Aaron Rodgers seems like a pretty straightforward guy. Like I feel like
He knows what he wants.
he
Yeah.
knows what he wants. So you know, like he's gonna make those statements, and he's not gonna let something get this far that he doesn't totally believe in. That's
Yeah,
my point.
I could see that.
Is
I
my
mean, I
point.
don't know. Four String didn't make any calls to Shefty, so I wasn't his source.
Well, we need to get
at
on,
least for
we need
that
to get
one.
on that. We need to get
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. If I call Shefty right now, you know, I got him on speed dial, but you know, whatever. If I called Shefty right now,
I
and was
almost
like,
believed you.
I did.
Right.
I did.
Cool, it worked.
Oh my God, you have Shefty's number? Let's get him on the pod.
Call him up.
Right.
Holy fuck, call him right
But-
now.
Okay, so if I called him and I gave him some sort of news, he would immediately tweet and say, whatever the story was that I gave him, and it would just say per sources.
Hey, I just golfed with Rogers at the Green Bay the Green Bay thing in the Green Bay Resort, and he said, I ain't coming back.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see if that all goes down. But
I'm just saying, like, let's say you golf with him, he says something to you, you go to Shefty, you're like, hey, I got something.
that would be kind of cool to see if
It would
if,
be kind of
if that's really how it works.
Would he roll with that? I don't know.
I would think that might be.
I mean, I was kind of talking out of my ass, but realistically, that might actually be how it works.
I mean, I don't know, but well, obviously they're better sources, but like who
are these sources? Yeah. Give me the answer.
Who are these sources? It's funny.
I don't know, boys.
Whatever.
It's gonna be interesting, but I appreciate you guys coming on and filling in for Stud's absence. It's been a good time chatting it up with you guys.
Anytime.
Not that we don't do that anyways,
Yeah.
but
Anytime is right.
Anytime.
Love it. All right, boys. Well, appreciate you coming on, and from everyone here at Four String, we thank you, and we will see you next time.
Hold, and he drilled it. This to send the Packers into the NFC Championship game. It is